Karina here for MoBuzz TV, trying to get more out of football. Recently, while watching a few World Cup games, I noticed the drama being experienced by my friends who had money on the outcomes, and I thought to myself, am I missing something? Is this something I should experience? Turns out I had no idea. The other day, I saw this headline: "Betting on the World Cup online produces more pleasure than sex." Wow. Really? So I read the rest of the article, and no, not really, but who cares because it makes a great headline. The study that was carried out measured the pulse of online bettors. The pulse, nothing more. And yes, it turns out that if someone had money on a game, they had a higher average heart rate than that normally achieved during sex. Which in itself is fairly interesting, but a high pulse doesn't necessarily translate to pleasure. I mean, where did they come up with that connection? For example, if I was being chased through city streets by a pack of ninja assassins, I'd probably have a really high pulse, but I don't think it would be more fun than sex. Now, on to something that has nothing to do with sex: online video. No, but seriously, a landmark deal has been struck, and it seems that big old dinosaur traditional media is learning that the internet isn't going to go away. NBC, which in the past has been a bit testy with YouTube because their users were posting clips from their shows, has done an about-face and will be promoting their fall lineup on the video sharing site. They'll have their own channel of sorts with interviews, behind the scenes, and other material, though not necessarily clips like those that they had pulled from the site before. And in a nod to the user-created vibe of YouTube, they're going to have a contest for fans of The Office to create their own promos for the show. So there you go, if you can't beat them, use them for advertising. Lastly, an update on the municipal Wi-Fi sagas. A Spanish company, Fon, is trying a little different approach. They're selling super cheap routers on the condition that the users keep their Wi-Fi connection open to be accessed by anyone. The routers cost $5 a pop, and Fon is really trying to start a social movement, with large enough urban communities participating to create blanket hotspots. Let's hear a little more from Fon CEO and founder Martin Varsavsky.
Now you're probably asking, why in the world would I want to join a Wi-Fi community? If you like searching the internet and want to connect for free to Wi-Fi everywhere you go, then you're what we call a Linus. Linuses share their home Wi-Fi with a Fon community and connect for free to thousands of Fon hotspots around the world. Now if you're the entrepreneurial type, then you're a Bill. Bills also share their Wi-Fi with a Fon community, but instead of getting free roaming, you get paid 50% of the revenue generated by the aliens. Aliens? Of course, some people don't share their Wi-Fi. Does that mean they can't use Fon? No! It just means that they are what we call aliens. Aliens don't share their Wi-Fi with the Fon community, so they need to pay $3 or €3 for one-day pass to connect to any Fon hotspot.
They're anticipating 150,000 of these hotspots by the end of the year. But of course there will be challenges, not the least of which is the wrath of the ISPs, who tend not to like open connections. Now, I like the idea, recruiting phoneros as they call them, but do we really need Fon to tell us to keep our Wi-Fi connections open? It's just good cyber karma, folks. That's today's show done, but please, if you have both bet on a World Cup game and been chased through the streets by a pack of ninja assassins, let me know how they compare to sex.